Eric Dyer, injured tonight?
Yeah, he's injured.
What's the nature of the injury?
Well, he just pulled up sore and didn't train yesterday.
And so there's nothing, the links with Bayern Munich? We understand there's an agreement between the two clubs.
It's a separate issue, mate, but don't question my integrity. When I say he's injured, he's injured. Didn't train yesterday. I can get vision for you. Ask him, but he was injured. Got nothing to do with anything else.
But is there...
I've got no idea. It's of no interest. Yeah, I know, but when you ask me whether he's injured, he's injured. Like, I didn't make that up. That's, you know, if he wasn't injured, I'd say that he wasn't selected. It's easy for me to say. He's injured. Now, in terms of anything else that's happening, not on my radar, not that I've heard of. And if there is something, I'm sure I'll hear of it. But, you know, fair to say last sort of 24 hours I've been focusing on the game and the guys who are available.
Do you ever picture yourself lifting trophies, as a more general question?
I've got real pictures, mate.
No, but obviously...
There's quite a few of them, mate.
It's mentally what I'm thinking is.
Right. No, I just look at the ones I've got, mate.
You're lucky to be able to do that, but...
Yeah. No, I've earned them. I'm not lucky.
Put them above the ceiling.
No. I know what you're saying, but
Is that what sort of inspires you and spurs you on those pictures?
I like...
It's a debate between fourth, isn't it, and winning?
No, I get that, but like I love winning, mate. That's all I've done my whole career, and I don't say that dismissively that I've got pictures, and I don't, you know, no, I don't have them on my ceiling, mate, as you suggested. But I that's what drives me. You know, every year I start the year hoping that, you know, at the end of the year there is a picture of me with a team and lifting a trophy. That's what I've tried to do my whole career, and I've got plenty of evidence of that. So that's what my sort of intent is here. It's not something that I have to visualise, it's what I do.
You know, Man United, synonymous with Sir Alex Ferguson, 27 years. Not going to ask you if you're going to be here for 27 years.
I won't be, mate.
But generally, you've everything being aligned. Do you feel like this could be a home for longer than that? Obviously, touch wood, everything going well.
If only it was in just my hands, mate. It's not how management works, and you know, as much as you all love me right now, it could change very quickly at some point. And again, I don't really put a timeline on these things. Every manager works against a sort of anonymous clock that none of us know, you know, when the end time is. So if you start thinking in those sort of, you know, those points of reference, I think it takes you away from what your primary task is, and my primary task and responsibility, as I said, is to bring success here. That's one of the most sort of backhanded, sort of underwhelming compliments I've ever had. You've had some unbelievably fantastic managers, big names, successful, and then there's you, Ange. You know, so and then if I ever heard of Robbie Williams, where have I been living, mate? I mean, seriously, look, I get. Look, I love Robbie Williams. I think he's brilliant. He's a great entertainer. I've got to. He made himself brilliant. I think it came off the back of one of our supporters. Look, it's great. You know, the alternative is they make up songs about you that are less than complimentary. So I'll take it for what it is. But yeah, thanks for that, mate. I'll just float out of here, you know, feeling good about myself. I'll rephrase the question. Thank you. That's fine. Thank you. It's not about sort of making them happy. It's about giving them joy that comes from suffering, you know. And I mean, I'll say that because I listened to a podcast during the week, and I just thought it was a great sort of description of what football is about. You know, it's not about being happy, because you actually suffer a game of football until that joyous moment when the ball goes in the net or you win the game, you know. And that's kind of, I thought, a nice way of sort of what I'm trying to do, is just bring them joy, but understand there's going to be some suffering within that, you know.
What was the podcast?
It was Louis Theroux interviewing Australian singer. What's his name? Escapes me now. Louis Theroux. It was a little bit deeper than that. Nothing against Peter Andre, obviously. He's a fantastic talent. But yeah, it just escapes me for the moment.
It was a good podcast.
it was interesting. I like listening to things. I like reading things. If something sort of pops up that I sort of piques my interest, I'll always. You never stop learning, mate. You know, it's funny that. So, and the best way to do that is listen. Don't talk too much. I don't know. I mean, it's just people, mate. You know, you'll you know, sometimes I'll meet. You know, you just have an interaction with the person. You walk away, and for them it's insignificant, but for you, you go. You know, you walk away thinking that was. Never thought about it like that. You know, I've been fortunate that the game's taken me all around the world, and you know, I've met people from different cultures, different upbringing, different values, different ways of seeing the world, and you know, like I said, you kind of listen to them and you go, I've never thought about it like that, and you walk away and you have a different perspective straight away. Whether that you put that into some sort of you know, action in terms of the way you live your life, I don't know, but it's there. It's a seed, you know, that is planted. You know, we all have limited sort of brain space. You know, mine's getting more limited because I remember the podcast, but not the person I interviewed. So it tells you where I'm at in my life. But you know, those kind of things. You know, I love that about life. I love that about football. You know, football's given me that. You know, I mean, I've felt like I've never stopped learning because, like I said, I'm really curious, and the football's told me that. You know, to never kind of have a narrow mind about things. Yeah. No, it wasn't, mate. It was an Aussie. I'll get it, mate. It's a bloke. Did a duet with Kylie Minogue. Come on, Richie. No, come on. You guys have got to open your mind, mate. You got a very narrow focus. Huh? Nick Cave. Thank you, Richie. Thank you. Jesus. Talk about open minds, the most closed-minded group of individuals, Jason Donovan and Peter Andre.